Hello students, in this session of chapter number 1, reproduction in lower and higher plants, we are going to see regarding the remaining questions which are given in the HSC board question bank. Now first we will see one sentence answer questions, and these one sentence answer questions are for 1 mark each. So you will have to write the answers in one sentence. Now the questions from this chapter are, the first one is, why anther is called as tetrasporangiate structure. Now in this chapter we have learned that the Bythecus anther, or it is also called as Dithecus anther. Dithecus anther means, in this diagram we can see a Dithecus anther. Dithecus anther shows two anther lobes. Hence it is called as Dithecus anther. And when a transverse section is taken, internally it shows presence of four pollen sacs. So we can see in this diagram the four pollen sacs which contain pollen grains. So the anther, which is bilobed or dithecus, shows presence of four pollen sac. Hence it is called as tetrasporangiate structure. Then second question is, at which stage the pollen grains are shed from the anther in angiosperms? Now you know that the anthers produce pollen grains, and these pollen grains come out of the anther at two-celled stage. Here we can see the two-celled pollen grain, in which larger tube cell containing tube nucleus and smaller generative cell containing generative nucleus. So this bicelled, or the pollen grain, which is at two cell stage, is shed. Shed means it comes out of the anther and it is transferred to the surface of the stigma by pollination. So the pollen grains which come out of the anther are at two cell stage, or they are bicelled stage. Then the next question is, what is hilum with respect to the ovule? Now ovule is present inside the ovary, and ovule after fertilization develops into seed. So most of the angiospermy plants show anatropous, or it is called as inverted ovule. In this diagram we can see the anatropous ovule, and the place of attachment of the funiculus or the funicle with the main body of the ovule is called as hilum. So hilum is a place where the funicle is attached to the body of the ovule. So in this diagram we can see anatropous ovule and hilum, that is, it is the point of attachment where the funicle attaches to the body of the ovule. Then the next question is, what is protoandry? Now in some plants, to carry cross pollination, in such plants the flowers show the maturity of androecium and gynoecium at different times. So when androecium matures, or the condition where androecium matures earlier than the gynoecium, Such condition is called as protoandry. Now protoandry means protos means first. So in the flowers where androecium matures earlier than the gynoecium, then the pollen grains in such flower have to find another stigma or another gynoecium. So such condition is developed in the flowers to prevent self-pollination and to carry cross-pollination. Such condition or the protoandry is found in the flowers called as disc florets in sunflower. Then the next question is name any one plant in which double fertilization was discovered. Now you know that the scientist called as Nauschin discovered first the process of double fertilization in angiosperm, and it was discovered in the plant called as Fritillaria, or it is called as Lilium. Then the next question is why fertilization process in angiosperms is called as double fertilization. Now you have already learned regarding the process of double fertilization, and it is the characteristic feature found in angiosperms only. Now you know that pollen grains produce two male gametes. Hence, the fusion of these two male gametes occurs twice at two different places. That is, first male gamete fuses with haploid egg or female gamete to produce diploid zygote, and the second male gamete fuses with diploid secondary nucleus to form a triploid cell called as primary endosperm nucleus. So hence in double fertilization both the male gametes are used. Hence it is called as double fertilization. Now the next question is which is the most common type of endosperm in angiospermic families. Now you know that the product of second fertilization, that is triploid primary endosperm nucleus, undergoes cell division to produce a nutritive tissue called as endosperm, and this endosperm provides nourishment to the developing embryo. So the three types of endosperms produced in the plants are nuclear endosperm, then halobial endosperm, and cellular endosperm. So the most common type of endosperm found in majority of angiospermic families is nuclear type. Then the next question is what is the role of suspensor during the development of an embryo? Now you know that the process of double fertilization occurs inside the ovule, and during the union of first male gamete with female gamete, a diploid cell called as zygote is produced. Then this zygote will later on undergo cell division, and it will form a two-celled proembryo in which the larger cell towards the micropyle is called as suspensor initial, and the smaller cell which is present towards the callida is called as terminal or embryonal initial cell. So the larger cell, that is suspensor cell, will undergo cell division and it will develop into a structure called as suspensor. So this suspensor will push the embryo into the nutritive tissue, that is endosperm, which is produced from triploid primary endosperm nucleus. So the role of suspensor is to push the embryo into the endosperm. Then the next question is, what is adventive polyembryony? Now polyembryony means it is the formation of more than one embryo inside the seed. Such condition is called as polyembryony. Now adventive polyembryony means the embryo directly develops from the diploid somatic cells inside the nucellus or the integuments, or they will develop from the cells of integuments. So such phenomenon is called as adventive polyembryony and it is found in citrus seeds. Then the next question is, name the hormone produced by unfertilized ovary responsible for the enlargement of ovary into fruit. Now, in some cases, the process of fertilization does not occur and the ovary directly develops into fruit, and this formation of fruit without fertilization is caused due to the growth hormone, that is indole 3 acetic acid. It is a type of auxin. So this hormone produces fruit without fertilization.